Babajan, yes, when Babajan came, Padri wrote a note, Hazrat Babajan, Pune. Her residence is Pune. That's all. The saint was the sheet was sent to Meher Baba, and without even without wearing sandals, he got up and started walking towards down the hill, just out of his utter respect for his master. He started walking barefoot. There were very sharp stones and grass and thorns and everything. But in spite of that, he was, coming down the hill. But as we know that there is Mehrabad, there are two tubs. One is lower Mehrabad and another is upper Mehrabad. Upper Mehrabad is a Samadhi, Baba's Samadhi and few quarters. And lower Mehrabad, of course, has all that hostel and everything. There is a railway track in between. So Baba stood little away from that railway track. He didn't go to meet personally, meet Babajan. He didn't go. Along with one person with him, he stood before crossing the railway track. Babajan was on the opposite side of the railway track. And Baba sent all his Mandali to pay their respect to Babajan. And all the people who were with Baba and in the lower ashram also, they all gathered and they bowed down to Babajan. And after some time, she left the place. Now, here is a question as to why there is no physical meeting in between these two perfect masters. It is said that perfect masters rarely meet each other in body form. There is no necessity for such a meeting. It may appear to be strange that Baba, instead of going directly to Babajan, he stood just before that railway track and then asked his Mandali to bow down to Babajan. It sounds a little bit strange to people like us, but then it is said that the perfect masters never meet each other in body form. In fact, there is no necessity to do. They are so much one with each other on the spiritual level. There is only one occasion in Baba's life that two perfect masters had met each other. That is Upasni Maharaj and Meher Baba. That was the last meeting in 1941 at a place near Sakori. The name of the place is Dehegao. And there, with an arranged program, both Upasni Maharaj and Meher Baba had met each other for the last time. Otherwise, it is said that two perfect masters, they don't find a need to meet each other in body form. There is a beautiful example, a story which I had read is that at the time of Tukaram was a perfect master, so was Ganeshwar. So there was an occasion when Tukaram had come to Alangi, where Ganeshwar was staying. On one bank there is a river. On one bank, Tukaram was standing. On the other bank of the river, Nanishwar was standing. And see the gesture. Nanishwar lifted a big stone and threw it in the river. He threw that big stone in the river water. And Tukaram gestured as if making a sound like this uh, bomb, that is called bomba bomb. Baba used to gesture that, shouting with your fist on your on your mouth, and both both way went their own way. And it was asked to Tukaram as to what does it mean. He threw a stone in the water, and you shouted out and went away. What is the meaning of this meeting? And Tukaram explains it that Gnaneshwar wanted to tell me that the world is getting drowned in the ignorance of this Maya, ignorance of this illusory world. And Tukaram in reply to say that is the reason why I am shouting. So this was the interpretation which was given. Anyway, this meeting was very important. Thereafter, Baba Jan went away. So this is a beginning for today. Now, as we were dealing with the subject of the Pune centers, last time I told you about the fast uh, which was observed. He went on hunger strike uh, because of the some damage caused to the compound wall. And I told about that story, and there was little misunderstanding about the hospital. Baba was born in different hospital. The hospital which had caused the damage was a different hospital. That I had afterwards explained, but I didn't anticipated that this can be the confusion in the mind of some people. Anyway, Sasun Hospital is the hospital where Meher Baba was born, and the hospital which was by the side of Pune Center is KM Hospital, King Edward Memorial Hospital, that was started by one lady, Bano Koyaji. She was a doctor. So this position I explained thereafter. Now this KK Ramakrishnan was very much, I would say, he had he was very spiritual minded person, very spiritual minded in the sense that he used to attend, he used to read a lot, he used to read a lot all the spiritual books. It may be of any religion, it may be Gita, or it may be Mahabharata, or it may be Bible, or it may be a commentary on uh, Islam. Whatever it comes to his hand, he will read it. And he was a very fast reader, very knowledgeable person. And I have told earlier that he had secured a graduation in study of Bible. So many times he used to quote some sentences from Bible. That is K.K. Ramakrishnan, and he used to attend some such a spiritual talks before coming in Baba's contact, before having Mir Baba's darshan. He used to attend several spiritual talks and spiritual lectures, and not only that, but he used to have a discussion with some of the very knowledgeable saintly personalities. One such person he used to come to Pune. I will tell his name. Swami Chinmayanand. Chinmayanand was a 70% from Himalayas. And whenever he comes to Pune, he used to stay with somebody staying very close to Pune center. But then that center was not there. So Ramakrishna used to go and attend his lectures. And he also used to have a conversation with Swami Chinmayanand. After coming his Baba's contact, and after reading some of his books, and after getting, or rather to say, creating his own space for in Baba groups. Once K.K. Ramakrishnan, the Chinmayanand had come to Pune, and K.K. Ramakrishnan went to see him. And that time he presented God Speaks to that person, Swami Chinmayanand, asking him to read this book. In a good faith, he had given that book to Swami Chinmayanand. But then K.K. Ramakrishnan used to, in spite of the fact that he used to go to certain satsang programs, certain lectures, he was not attached to anyone else than Meher Baba. Once he came in Baba's contact, everything he did was pointed to Baba and Meher Baba only. After few days, he again visited Swami Chinmayanand and asked him pointedly whether you have read God Speaks. Unfortunately, the person said that no, I have not yet read it. K.K. Ramakrishna was not very happy about it. But then these are the habits of people. They don't have their open mind. And perhaps he must have avoided to read that book. Anyhow, he didn't read it. But then Baba Ramakrishna left that book with him only. He didn't take it back. Such was another person. This what is his name? Sadhu Vaswani. Sadhu Vaswani was a very nice person. Very lovable person. He had a very good following. K.K. Ramakrishna, Baba had gone to meet that person. Baba had himself, on his invitation, Baba went to that school which was being run by that trust, Sadhu Vaswani Trust. She had migrated perhaps from Pakistan or some place, and he settled in Pune. He had opened a high school, and in that area he used to stay also, and he had invited Meher Baba, and very lovingly Baba accepted that invitation, and Baba gave darshan, a special darshan to Sadhu Vaswani, and thereafter to all the followers, all the people who had gathered there for Baba's darshan. A very nice group, I would say. Thereafter, after his death, after the death of Sadhu Vaswani, his nephew by name Jashan, he took over the whole whole affairs of that trust, Jashan. And this Jashan was very fast friend of K.K. Ramakrishnan. Even during the time of Sadhu Oswani, K.K. Ramakrishnan at times used to go to Jashan. They used to have a lot of discussion. K.K. Ramakrishnan was following Mer Baba. In spite of that, they used to meet each other. Once I went with K.K. Ramakrishnan. But he was not staying in that area. He was staying away from that the house school area, high school area. And I was young then. I was just sitting and listening to their talk. They were talking on some spiritual matters. So these Joshan, every year they used to greet each other. And during some satsang, K.K. Ramakrishna used to visit there, enjoy this atmosphere of that satsang. Satsang means a gathering, spiritual gathering. That is called satsang. And there, what the people used to do is, after the program is over, they used to distribute prasad. And they used to keep on singing. Gate chalo, in the name of perhaps Lord Krishna. Gate chalo. Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna Gate chalo, something like that. The singing idea was very much appreciated by K.K. Ramakrishnan. And when he came to our center, he asked Madhusudan to compose something on the same word in Gati Chalo. The reason was very strange, very funny reason that what Ramakrishnan said that when we have our weekly satsang, and after that, these ladies, especially the ladies, they keep on talking much about their family matters. Unnecessarily, they will indulge into exchange of some thoughts, exchange of information with each other, which was not necessary. And he disliked, K.K. Ramakrishna was not encouraging this sort of discussion in the premises of the center. What he used to say is, if at all you want to discuss your family matters, you please go out of the compound of the center and then you can talk. But within the compound area, after the program is over, you should always talk about Mer Baba and Mer Baba only. That was Ramakrishna used to insist. And for that purpose, he requested Madhusudan to compose a song which will keep the people singing that song and keeping them away from talking about family matters. And that is how this Gate Chalo was composed by Madhusudan. The other stanzas were also composed by Madhusudan that had become so very popular. Why I tell you today is because last time our good friend he had sung a couple of lines of this Gate Chalo, and that time I had told that we will also try to practice that song. Anyway, now I would just like to bring to your notice that all these affairs of running a center were not very easy jobs for K.K. Ramakrishnan. He had faced a lot of problems. In fact, these problems were of clashes of ego. K.K. Ramakrishna was very sincerely working for creation of a center in Pune. And the Pune center was created, the programs were started, but even then, some of the problems were cropping up because of the ego clashes, I would say. I had recently read some portion from the how Baba was making Ramakrishnan to bear with all these opposition. It's a beautiful advice which Meher Baba had given to K.K. Ramakrishnan. At one place, sorry, yes. After now this, I will just read out. After the Pune workers meeting, there was a meeting held in the year 1963 also. After the Pune workers meeting, K.K. Ramakrishnan sent Baba a letter expressing his discouragement and asked to be relieved of his responsibilities as secretary of the Pune Center. On October 16th, Baba sent him this reply. And what was the reply? A true lover has not only to face such situations of storm and stress, thick and thin, but has also to wade through them neck deep to have the embrace of the beloved of his heart. It's a beautiful advice Meher Baba has given. I will just read it once again. A true lover has not only to face such situations of storm and stress, thick and thin, but has also to wade through them neck deep to have the embrace of the beloved of his heart. And I last time in one of the meetings I had told that making him sit very close to Baba's feet and putting his hand on Ramakrishna's shoulder, Baba was telling the people, Pune people, especially those who are creating some troubles in his way of working. Especially for them, Baba was telling that if Ramakrishna leaves Pune, if Ramakrishna goes away from Pune, I will not step into Pune. That was the extreme ultimatum given by Meher Baba. Anyway, that time didn't come. One another time also similar case was there when Baba had given him but I'm not able to find out, doesn't matter. So there is also one another occasion when similar thing had happened. It was a habit of Ramakrishna that whatever he feels, he will just speak out or he will just write to Baba. Very strangely and surprisingly, Baba had such a confidence in K.K. Ramakrishna's way of working that any important correspondence in between Baba lovers, may it be from the West or the European countries or the all over India, whatever important correspondence is there, Baba would ask Arrange to send a copy for the record of K.K. Ramakrishnan. Baba was sending one copy to K.K. Ramakrishnan, and K.K. Ramakrishnan was very meticulously keeping safe all these letters which were sent to him for his information and also for preserving as a record of the centers. This, because of this, there used to be a lot of correspondence in between K.K. Ramakrishnan and Meher Baba. He used to freely ask Baba about anything, any difficulty which were coming in his way, and Baba would advise him accordingly. And all the other Mandali members, certain time they used to feel that Ramakrishna is bothering Baba too much. But then it was genuine problems before K.K. Ramakrishnan, which he used to tell to Baba, and Baba used to guide him. At one point, Baba had said that it is because of you that I have put my attention to the creation of a center in Pune. So you never think of going away from the Pune center. And that is how Baba had appointed him as a lifelong secretary. During that tenure of his of the governing body, he had faced all these ego problems, ego clashes, and lot of problems, and he was so very disgusted with everything. But then he could manage to continue with everything that came in his way. But very notably, I would say that so many people all over India, they had very high respect for the working of K.K. Ramakrishnan, very high respect for his working. And they used to help him. Some of the people who are in judicial subjects, dealing with judicial subjects, any problem, judicial problem, they will guide K.K. Ramakrishnan. Even certain times, on behalf of Ramakrishnan, I had discussed some of the problems with Ramju Abdullah, Ramju Bhai, I used to call him. So he was in Satar, and I had discussed some of the legal problems with him on behalf of K.K. Ramakrishnan, and he had advised us. So such people were helping every time. There were people in Mumbai every year, they will give me a check of a very good amount, some thousands, not 1,000, but some thousands. They will give me check to be deposited to the Pune Center's account, and that I would do immediately. Why they used to give this? There was a center in Mumbai also. One of the person from the Dadachaji family, she was very much loving the working for the Pune Center. He also used to tell me that it is Pune Center is the center which is really working for Meher Baba. They are working in a real sense. That was the reputation which was gained by Pune Center, and the main person responsible for this was, of course, K.K. Ramakrishnan. I will tell you one beautiful story about K.K. Ramakrishnan. Once it used to happen that in one of the close families of Meher Baba, a Parsi family, a young girl must be about 13, 14 years. She was suffering very badly with some sort of a disease, and she was admitted to a hospital. The name of this hospital is Jahangir Hospital. It is still there, but very in a very expanded way. It's a big hospital now. That time it was not so. Jahangir Hospital. She was admitted in that hospital, and she was tremendously suffering the pains caused because of her physical problem, that some sort of a disease she was undergoing, and she was undergoing tremendous physical pains. She could not bear, in fact, but then it was very hard for a onlooker to see her suffering like that, a young girl. And once K.K. Ramakrishnan pays a visit to that hospital to see that girl, and she was really moved by her condition. He was moved by the way she was restlessly suffering because of pain. And as per his usual habits, after he went to the center, he typed out a letter to Meher Baba. It's a beautiful piece of memory that I am giving to you. Very nice, very notable thing which we are required to note. Ramakrishna wrote to Baba that, Baba, whatever years of my life have yet to be spent, I wish you give all those years to that girl and make her live peacefully. All the rest of the years of my life, I would like to give to that girl. This letter was sent by K.K. Ramakrishna to Meher Baba. And can you imagine what was the reply to it? Very important point which Baba has carried through this letter is, Baba in his letter asked K.K. Ramakrishnan, how many lives you have? Baba is asking K.K. Ramakrishnan, how many lives you have? One you have given to me. One life you have given to me. So where is the scope for giving to that girl? We can just imagine that it was a very master stroke, I would say, master stroke. Ramakrishna was, I mean, must have been speechless. There was no scope for any further argument, because Baba said that how many lives you have? One life you have given to me. So what is left with you now? to be given to that girl. But thereafter, some of the some of her relations who were very much concerned about the sufferings of that girl, they were praying Baba to make her free from these for her sufferings. And then Baba had told this very important point. Baba had told, I have my own plans for that girl. You should not interfere in my working. What Baba had said that I have my own plans for that girl. So don't give me don't put any request to me to reduce her suffering and all that. Don't do that. Don't come in my way. I have my own plans for that girl. That was the end of any discussion. Afterward, that girl passed away. But it's very important points which come out of this whole episode about that girl. Such incidents. There are many such incidents which have taken place in the whole history of Pune Center. And in between time, somehow Ramakrishnan had diverted to the project of Bhaira Mangala. That story I will tell next time, because today this much, I feel this much is enough for today's our speech. Now there are still 15 minutes in which we will have Aarti. Before that, I will just have a passing remark, passing subject. It's a matter of great interest for us. I was searching for this foreign sentence about Pune Center. What Baba, I was searching, I left it out. But I found it now, I will read it. This is what Baba says. At the meeting, Baba stated, I have not taken as much interest in any other center in India or abroad as I have in the Pune Center. My lovers at various places open centers, build structures, and arrange programs all on their own. Sorry. Saroj had a hall built. Saroj had hall built, and I still do not know how he brought it off. And here you are, he is telling to KK. And here you are. I do not understand you people. He addressed all the Pune people. And here you are. I do not understand you people. You wish to establish a center, but I have to see to the smallest matter. It is you who wanted to establish a center, but in that center, I have to look to every smallest matter. All right, never mind, forget it. But remember to take as much interest in running the center as I am taking to get it built. When it was being built, Baba had taken a lot of interest in from the laying of the stone up to the completion of the building. And Baba has taken not only that, but for opening of that center, Baba granted permission to have a gathering there, only the close ones. And Baba himself came, in spite of the fact that he was in seclusion in Guruprasad, he came to open the center. So he has put his mind at every stage of the creation of the center. And Baba says, now it is for you to look after it. It is being in a nice way. That is how Baba wanted the people to understand. Now there is one another matter of interest which I wanted to bring to your notice. The present situation is not very happy situation. Most of the people in India, they are bent upon to wipe off the name of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru from the history of India. They have, they are working very hard on that to wipe out the name of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. But here I would like to read out what Baba had said to about Nehru. With the passing away of Pandit Ji, India has lost its first Prime Minister, who also ranked first in dedicated service to India that he loved so dearly. Jawaharlal Nehru was matchless as a statesman, and India will have to wait another 700 years to find another jewel like him. To find another jewel like him, he can be said to have been a true karma yogi. It would have been good if he had read at least some portion of the God Speaks presented to him by Amar Singh Saigal. Amar Singh Saigal was Baba lover. He was in the central ministry. Only when I come again during my next advent on earth will there be another like Jawaharlal. This was the this was the statement which Meher Baba had given. Fortunately, when Baba had given the statement, I was also present during that time. That was in Guruprasad after passing away of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It is recently how the things are how the things are coming to light. Coming to light is a very strange story. Recently, we had some discussion with the authorities of the Deccan College. They want to have some sort of a memorial or a allot some corner for keeping Meher Baba books and also addressing the people about Meher Baba. We had discussion on this point with the vice chancellor, one by name Pandey, a very nice person, very spiritually minded person. We had very good talk with him, and he was very much inspired when we talked about Bher Baba. He was also talking very respectfully. So these are the two very great incidents. One is that we have already acquired or opened a we have already opened a memorial in Sassoon Hospital, and this is another occasion that we are having something to do with the Deccan College, wherein Baba had started taking his college education. These are the good symptoms that we are finding today, and of course, they will proceed further according to Baba's will. This is all for today. I will sing Arti and then just one stanza of Gate Chalo. Just one stanza of Gate Chalo, because the whole song you may not be able to practice, or I will just sing one stanza. Next I will sing the second stanza, and third time I will sing the third stanza. In the meantime, I am not getting time to give you a sort of a clues to pronounce the word and all that. But then I will be working on that. I was little busy in some other matters, but that is always in my mind to make you well expert in singing artis and gate chalo and some such repetitions. Today I sing Yaha Kalpana. जहाँ कल्पना शब्द न पहुँचे, ऐसे अपरंपार नेति नेति वेद पुकारे, महिमा तोरी अपार, दिव्य सनातन परम दया घने, दिव्य सनातन परम दया घने, हे जगदोद्धारो मेर मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेर मन आरती स्वीकारो। धूप दीप चंदन चरियाना, भोग लगाना फूल चढ़ाना, तुम्हारा ही तुमको लौटाना, काहे बढ़ाई करूं मेर मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेर मन आरती स्वीकारो। सकल निधि के तुम कारण हो, सकल विश्व कारण प्यारे हो, तुम सम और नहीं, तुम ही हो। हे सत्य अवतारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेरा मन आरती स्वीकारो। सकल चराचर तुम्हारी माया, माया भी तो तुम्हारी छाया, तुम्हारा अंत न कोई माया, तुम हो अनंत करो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो। सकल जग जो नहीं जाने, महिमा तुम्हें क्या पहचाने, जो कुछ भी कहते अनजाने, गुण गाते तुम्हारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो। सीमा नाही तुम्हारी कृपा को, क्या कोई दे सकता प्रभु तुमको, भीख तुम्हें दो जनों को, नित्य तुम्हें सुमिरो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो। दिव्य सनातन परम दया घन, दिव्य सनातन परम दया घन, हे जगदोद्धारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो। गाते चलो, गाते चलो, गाते चलो, गाते चलो, मेर मेर गाते चलो, मेर मेर गाते चलो, मेर मेर गाते चलो, मेर मेर गाते चलो। काम करते चलो, काम करते चलो, काम करते चलो, काम करते चलो, नाम जपते चलो, नाम जपते चलो, नाम जपते चलो, नाम जपते चलो, सत्य कहते चलो, सत्य कहते चलो, झूठ तजते चलो, झूठ तजते चलो, मैं हर धन का खजाना बढ़ाते चलो, मैं हर धन का खजाना बढ़ाते चलो मेर मेर गाते चलो मेर मेर गाते चलो गाते चलो गाते चलो गाते चलो गाते चलो मेरे मेरे गाते चलो मेरे मेरे गाते चलो अवतार मेहर मामा की जय. Thank you all of you. Thank you, Jai Baba. Any query, any question, or anything somebody must have not understood, or
Wonderful stories, Pratap. Wonderful to hear about the early times of the center.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I would like to hear one more time, maybe next time, the story of how Gate Chelo started.
Doctor?
How it began.
A story of Gate Chalo.
Beginning.
I told you about.
I want to hear it again next time.
No, please just repeat what you say.
Next
Can you repeat
time,
it, please?
next week, again.
I see. All right. Yes, yes. Next time, no? We will keep on. I will keep on singing for you people until you can independently sing yourself.
Oh, good.
I will be very happy. I will be very happy to listen from you. All the group singing Gate Chalo. I will just see how technically it can be passed on to you. All these boys will help me to do that. But then I have to do some homework on that. Give you a very correct idea as to how to pronounce the words. And recently I was searching out from this Lord Mayor, Dr. Gende, Ram Gende. He had given a talk in US. Must have been sometime in 1963 or so. And there he has translated the Hindi Aarti, Jahan Kalpana. Very beautiful translation is there that has come in Lord Meher. I'm sorry, I have old editions of Lord Meher, but I will give you the reference next time. How you can find out on the internet. That's a beautiful translation I recently came across. You can keep it with you people and understand what thoughts have been put in that beautiful arti. So that's all for today. Anything from your side?
I see no questions, no hands.
Meheramana arati swikaro. Meheramana arati swikaro.
Yes, yes.
I just remember it from the Samadhi. They would sing it occasionally.
Yes, yes.
And I love that line, I offer my mind, which is a good thing to do.
But I would like you to sing the whole Arti.
Yeah, yeah. I'm singing along. I have my little
Yes,
book.
yes.
I'm singing
Yes,
along. Yeah, yeah.
yes,
I'm listening to how you pronounce. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, yeah. It's a good way,
That is why I said that let's go through that translation which Dr. Gende has done. During
Gindi, yeah.
Gende, yes. I will give the reference next time. I will give the number of that Lord Mayor where you can find out that
Right.
translation.
Yeah. Yeah, we can pull it up on the computer. Yeah. I mean, somebody can. Yeah. Are you talking about Ram Gindi? Ram Gindi or who? Was that Dr.
Ram Gende, yes, 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 Ram Gende.
Baba's
Ram
doctor?
Gende. And
Oh.
they very, he was a neurosurgeon, very
Oh, yes.
famous,
Okay. Yeah.
very famous neurosurgeon.
Right. Right.
His nephew was there in US.
Oh, yes. I met his nephew.
I don't know whether he's still there.
He came.
Yes, yes,
No,
yes.
he passed away. He passed away. His nephew passed away because Fred, a Baba lover, Fred Stankus, used to he'd have him on radio programs interviewing the nephew. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he was. I remember him very, very clearly. Yeah, at our Baba meetings, he would come to our Baba meetings in Los Angeles. Yeah, do you remember him, Diana?
I don't, I was not in Los Angeles at that time, but there are two recordings of the son speaking on the internet.
I think his name is Suresh. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Mm.
I remember too.
That was his nephew, right? His nephew?
His son, I thought.
Dr. Ram Gindi's son.
Son? Yeah, I don't remember son. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Fred Stankus used to interview him on the radio in Los Angeles. Yeah. It's probably recorded because it was a radio. Yeah, yeah. So we look forward, Pratap. Yeah, yeah.
Shall we close with three?
I always have very happy time with all of you.
Always.
I love.
Very special opportunity.
And when you laugh, Pratap, you remind me of Adi K. It kind of a similar, like a very deep enjoyment, like.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Shall we close with three Avatar Mayor Baba Ki Jays?
Yay.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All
Yes.
right. Say Avatar.
God,
Baba.
bye.
Ki
Jai.
Jai. Avatar. Baba.
Meher Baba
Ki
ki
Jai.
jai.
Avatar.
Avatar
Baba.
Meher Baba ki
Ki
jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Pratap. It's such a treat
Thank you.
every Friday morning.
Hey, Mama.
Yeah. Gate chalo.
Gaate chalo. Yes, yes, yes.